Hey, random video message, Tom Fiddzy here, and we are talking about WandaVision, episode 4, WandaVision! And hey, do you know what I just noticed? We didn't actually get an opening in this episode. You know, before how we've had like the actual sitcom style like openings with the animation, we didn't actually get it this week. And I just really realised that, and I think we didn't get it this week because this episode wasn't a sitcom episode. Finally, it wasn't a sitcom episode. We actually got out of that for a little bit and got out of like the dome that is around this town, because at the end of the last episode, Monica Rambeau's character got thrown out and it appeared to look like the town, Westview, was within like a dome, like a Truman style dome, only this dome was like an energy field, and that it wasn't like a weird dream sequence, it was an actual town, and that the people in the town have been like hypnotized or something like that. And it seemed like Wanda was kind of controlling it, or someone was manipulating Wanda into controlling it. And so like everyone in the town, they weren't like actors, but they were actual real people, and real people still playing characters like an actor would, but they might not have actually known that. So that's what it kind of looked like, and we get confirmations in this episode, like little confirmations as to what might be going on. But this episode, it takes us out of the dome and into the people watching WandaVision on the telly, not in the real world, in the Marvel world, watching a TV show within a TV show. And it was really weird. This episode, it was like you were watching the characters analysing WandaVision like YouTube, you know. It was like Jimmy Woo was working for like Screen Crush, trying to work it out when he was writing on like the whiteboard and everything, all of the theories, everything he was writing down was what people have been talking about on the internet, on YouTube for the last 2 weeks, the last 3 episodes. And with WandaVision, what I didn't like about the first 3 episodes was that we were kind of stuck mainly in that sitcom thing, and we only got little bits every episode dealing to the overall arc, the overall plot. But what I have liked about WandaVision is talking about it with my friends, talking about it online, like, and just seeing the discussions and seeing the videos and the theories and everything about it. So it's a weird show that I don't really enjoy watching, I more enjoy talking about. But this episode was one that I was really enjoying watching because we were starting to get answers and we were out in the real world. It started off with the snap, Thanos' snap, the blip getting undone, and people were reforming, and they were reforming like where they died or where they disappeared from, and they don't know what's happening, and they're like, people are bumping into one another. That was really cool to see. I hope we actually go back to that period more, because it looked like absolute chaos. So many questions about what happened when people respawned, basically. But we actually get to see that in this episode just a little bit with Monica Rambeau, and that was really cool. So straight away, this episode, I'm in it, I'm invested, I'm hyped. But like I said, we didn't get the WandaVision style episode because we weren't in the TV show. We had normal modern TV formatting, you know, the black bars like around the screen. It was like all normal, and it was like we were watching like a normal Avengers film or anything like that. Monica then goes to the town, because this is actually kind of set before the first episode of WandaVision, and the episodes of WandaVision are actually episodes going on in the show, like because they're obviously watching it on TV, but they're running as if they were TV shows. Like they're even seeing the credits and stuff. That's not just for us, you know. When we see the credits, what we're actually seeing in our real world is just the bit at the end where it's like flying through the TV. But then the people within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're seeing the credits where it's like Wanda and Vision sitting on the sofa and them credits. And then Wanda and Vision are then inside of that world and they don't see the credits. So, you know, it's like 3 different worlds, really getting into the multiverse of madness kind of thing with the WandaVision series. But yeah, so they're watching it as episodes, and it makes it seem as well, which is like more kind of questions and hints, it makes it seem like is a bit of time maybe dilation going on, because they're obviously watching it in episodes, and it looks like the first 2 episodes kind of happen within literally an hour time slot. So it does kind of make me wonder the stuff that we haven't seen, you know, because obviously Jimmy Woo and Monica Rambeau, they turned up there and it was like daytime, and they flew the little helicopter drone in, and then Monica walked in, got trapped, and then there was like a little bit of a time pass, and then what's her name, Darcy turned up. I was a little bit like, oh, when I heard that Darcy was going to be in this show, I was like, really? I didn't really like her in Thor Ragnarok, for the Dark World, the original Thor film. Like, she was better in the original Thor film, then more annoying in For the Dark Well, so I was like, I don't really want to see her again. But she was actually fine in this. She got on really well with Wu. They had a cool little bit of chemistry going on. Pretty fun. Are they going to hook up? Let's start shipping Wu and Darcy. So we had them to turn up at the town in the daytime. And what I really liked was you have this cop car, and they were cops from inside of it, but they were still kind of in that hypnotic thing. They were like, yeah, we don't know no town, even though it's like right behind them. And then they get in the car and they drive off, and the camera pans away and you see Wu, and then it pans back to the road and it's completely empty, and they don't reference it, but that car has gone. So that's when you first, as the audience, you already know that the shield's there, but that's when you first see a hint that when you go in, it's like an illusion. The town is like an illusion, like Black Panther, like Wakanda. So the car's gone and it's disappeared. So I really like that small touch. Anyway, the drone's gone in, and then Kate Denning's character turns up, Darcy, and it's nighttime and it's all set up and they're flying loads of drones in. So how many episodes of WandaVision were happening in that time frame? Because when she tunes in the TV, it's the first episode and it's Wanda kind of doing the dinner and stuff. So I wonder how much stuff has actually happened in that world, stuff that we haven't seen, or is it like a kind of a Schrodinger's cat style thing, you know, like the cat in the box where you can only observe it when you're actually looking at it, or is just stuff constantly going on in that world? It looks like only an hour happens. We see the beekeeper. He's not a beekeeper, he's just in a hazmat suit. He goes down into the sewer, then he's crawling through the sewer, and then while he's doing that, they discover that it's actually a TV show, and they start setting all that up stuff. And then it seems like they forgot about the beekeeper guy, and then it cuts to him and he's still crawling through the sewers. And it's like, how long has he been in there? And then you realise that it's actually just an hour because of the episodes in WandaVision. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. This is all thoughts coming to me fresh after watching it. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm a lot more hyped for this episode because it is answering all those questions. Well, not all of them, but and it's also putting up some questions there. We see when Wu's on the writing on the board, he's put scrolls ? Is Vision alive ? Big question, is Vision alive? I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, we see the guy in the hazmat suit, and he crosses the border, and then he becomes the beekeeper. And then it's revealed there that you start seeing the hints that, yeah, it's Wanda. She is controlling the world, and we see what happens with Monica Rambeau. When there's that blip that happens, we find that stuff is actually happening in there, which is, again, time dilation stuff. So we just see like a cut, like a direct cut of like 1 second you're here, and then all of a sudden you're over there. But that time that has happened in there is actually happening for Wanda. So yeah, definite time manipulation things going on, because we see in that scene that she basically kind of snaps character, becomes Wanda, and throws Monica Rambeau back. I'm surprised she's not dead, because she goes flying through the walls, which you could be as like an illusion, but then she still goes flying and then lands on the ground, maybe going through that barrier, kind of acts as a bit of a cushion. So she's not too hurt when she's not just splatting on the floor. But yeah, so that's really cool. Finally, it is Wanda. We still haven't got any clues as to whether or not Mephisto, Agatha Harkness, somebody else is manipulating Wanda. But the characters are now seeing Wanda as kind of the antagonist of this. We get a really cool little like Vision. He's kind of still clocking on. We see him kind of do this like little look at Wanda. Wanda's like, what should we watch on telly? And he's just like, and then he just lets off like he's like confused, and he just lets off like a in-character smile like that. So yeah, very still interested about Vision in this and how he's going to fit into everything as well. So I have to keep changing hands, because even though I'm just holding my camera up like this, it starts to weigh on your hands a little bit, weigh on your arms. So yeah, I'm really interested about Vision in this. He could be like probably the biggest antagonist for Wanda in this, in him figuring it out. We get a really cool clue with Vision, like I mentioned earlier on. It looks like maybe it could be his mangled dead body in the center of this town, because we see him with his head all crushed in by Thanos, and he's all pale and everything. And maybe that is what he's meant to look like. Because she had just thrown Monica out of the wall, so you know her mind wasn't in the right place. And when she turns around, Vision is all like that, like zombie Vision, dead Vision. And then it kind of snaps back, and then he's like normal again, where she's like kind of concentrated again. So maybe it is his actual deceased body is in there and she's manipulating it, controlling it, trying to give it life or something. So maybe that is what he actually looks like right now. So yeah, really cool stuff. Does have some big questions about what on earth are the kids then? Because if only like an hour has passed on the outside world, or like maybe let's say like 5 hours or something, she still had kids. So are they made up kids? Were they kids that were already in the town that she's just adopted? Are they magically created babies out of just like thin air, just reality stone powers or something like that? So really cool stuff. And it seemed like some of the people in there still know who they are. Is it Agatha Harkness? And I'm going to enjoy watching more of the characters on the outside trying to figure this out. Or we also kind of figuring out ourselves, but also know more than the characters. We're kind of ahead on the characters. The characters in the MCU world are now on episode 3. And then we've been watching them, which is kind of like episode 4. So we're kind of like a little bit of ahead, but now we're kind of on the same page almost, so that's kind of cool as well. I love the fact that it's a show within a show within a show. Just need Deadpool to turn up and break all of those walls down or something like that. That would be really cool. Anyway, yeah, much better episode. Really hyped. This is like a best episode so far. Gold tier. Great seeing the snap stuff at the beginning, the reverse snap stuff. And now I'm really hope going into next week. Next week, I'm pretty sure we're going to be going back to sitcom stuff. Probably going to be seeing Wanda in like a original kind of costume outfit for like a party that we saw in all of the trailers, and like doing stuff with the kids and everything. But yeah, hopefully we're going to be cutting out more now. Like maybe every few episodes we'll cut back to the characters figuring it all out. So yeah, good stuff this week. Shame it took 4 episodes to get into it, but now I'm happy and I am definitely more excited to actually watch this episode, not just talk about it. Okay, bye!